Are we doing a hey guys?
We can do a hey. We can just roll into it from silence to...
What, and then we all just
keep
turn to
getting asked
cats.
the question. How do I get into paint competitions?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because it's somewhere where I've been myself as well, where I like looking at models, but how do you actually start painting and how do you enter? Because they don't make it easy a lot of the time.
No, and it's a little bit, I don't know, if you know where to go, it's very easy to find the competitions, but when you're first starting, it can be, I remember asking a lot of questions to you about who, what, where, when, how, why am I going abroad for this?
How do you play?
Yeah.
So Aaron Clark's here. He paints sometimes. Most of the time, actually. Most of the
All the time. That's all you do now.
It's all I do now.
Nice, that's nice. 4-time Golden Demon winner.
Wow, technically he's got 6.
Yeah. 2 spares.
Yeah. 2 broke, so he got sent another 2.
Okay, 6-time.
I own 6. I won 4.
Owner. Salute. Would you take home at Salute as well?
I've had a gold from Salute, but
gold from Salute.
I judged that now, so I can't enter.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
MPO.
Bronze. Bronze.
Fen.
In Masters, bear in mind.
Yeah. Fen, bronze and silver, Masters.
Where else? What other shows are there? SMC.
Bronze.
Masters.
I think, is that all the
It makes
shows?
us look like we're on the same level for some of these.
Russell.
What have I done now? I got a bronze at Fen in Standard, which I was pretty happy with.
Commended Golden Demon.
No, it's all the new...
Notable.
Notable
Golden Demon. And highly commended SMC Standard.
Highly commended SMC Standard for me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your first, proper...
To be fair, it was first, actual proper outing.
Yeah, you did Golden Demon, but you kind of painted that just before.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, I kind of painted it just before as well for SMC.
I know, but we went through some bits to make it a little bit fancier.
True. But yeah, no, there's a lot of shows around the UK and Europe, lots of different ones, focusing on different things. Golden Demon's probably the most well-renowned one, as it is run by Games Workshop.
Not in the UK anymore, though.
No. You reckon? Yeah, true. Well,
lots of people travel.
Coming back?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I've
not heard any grumbling.
UKGE 2026.
I'd be very surprised.
Me too.
The only place, the way I said it, they've only really got maybe 3 options. Option 1 is UK Games Expo, but you've got Coats. So you end up with 2 comps at the same show, with one of them being a rather large sponsor of the show.
Yes.
So yeah, unlikely. Although they are coming back to Games Expo this year.
They are indeed.
The other options, are, as far as I see it, are they either do it as a standalone event.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
It could work very well at Warhammer World, right?
Internationally.
You just make it that. Don't make it anything else. Just make it about that, and then everyone turns up. I don't know if the space is big enough.
It doesn't make sense for them to do it at Warhammer World, because this is something that comes up a lot in the Demon crowd, because everyone keeps going, "Oh, Nottingham was the best one," and
I wasn't able to get tickets there. That's I think one of the issues, right?
To an extent, that was true.
Because there was barely any tickets.
Because the venue's so small.
Yeah.
So you have a catch-22 where, for all the painters, it's like the Golden Demon crowd. Everyone was like, "This is great," because it was basically just Warhammer World turned into
the diehards.
Yeah,
the diehard people that do Golden Demon every single time were able to access it. And did you get pre-ticket tickets or?
No.
They all went up, but then the issue was that there was a lot of people that were buying tickets just to go and see the event, which is fine, but then you kind of lose a few more tickets for people that could have gone.
Yeah, there weren't as many people that turned up purely as spectators as you'd think.
Yeah, of course.
That in and of itself is a problem, because Golden Demon, it's the premier painting competition, yada yada yada. I know it's always divisive. Some people will be like, it's the best, and other people will be like, it's the worst, because it's marketing.
It's fantastic for somebody of your sort of caliber. If you're creeping into that bit, I like the fact there's a bit more openness to it, as in open categories in the lower down. So I now have an idea of understanding where I sit.
Yeah, but the bigger issue, going back to why it's not coming back to the UK, I don't think, anytime soon. I could
Prove us wrong.
I could well eat my words on
Please.
this, but
I want it in the UK.
it's a competition for us, but it's marketing for them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't market, then what's the point?
Spiel was run very well.
Spiel this year was run very well. I have literally.
So maybe there's something else.
You could easily say that it is the most notable and most renowned miniature painting competition that we have currently.
I think to say you've won a demon to the majority of the hobby crowd means a lot more than you saying.
It depends on who you talk to.
Yeah, of course.
Because if
you're talking to the wider world,
if you're talking
to
hobbyists, then demon is the one everyone knows. If you're talking to painters and you say demon, everyone goes, yeah, okay, I know what that is. If you say Monte, Monsanzavino, then all of the painters, that's the one that gets their attention.
Totally understandable, but that's another echelon.
Oh yeah,
you know, that's deep miniature painting lore. That's like you have to have been in the game to understand Monte, which is a small town in Italy that hosts for what is it, 1 week
exhibition.
It's an art exhibition. It's not.
Yeah, it's like I can't remember the numbers, but like the population of the town is lower than I think. And someone's going to correct me on this. I'm pretty sure the population of the town is lower than the attendance of Monsantovino.
And it's beautiful.
Which is ridiculous. So the whole village just turns into mini painters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally, it's just nerds with pizza and wine.
I can't imagine. I mean, I think it's something like everyone rents out an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like every house
most
there is
legal
Airbnb.
work, right? That's the
pretty much. Yeah, it's like if they're not in hospitality, they just Airbnb their houses out. Like,
make it quick.
Yeah.
100%.
Why not? Go away for the weekend.
Silly nerds coming in, looking at painting things.
Yeah. But like,
might as well.
Monty is definitely the pinnacle of it. And if you were to ask me, Monty is the pinnacle. Demon's the more widely known, and it's the one that everyone aims for. And because everyone aims for it, and it is the most widely known to hobbyists, it's sort of like a horrible self-fulfilling prophecy because it's the most well-known and it's the one everyone wants to enter and it gets the most attendance. It can't come back to the UK because they don't have many options in the UK where they can get the attendance numbers they need to justify it as a marketing thing.
Yeah.
So probably not coming back.
Warhammerfest, do it again.
I think, but that's a whole other topic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also you have the nostalgia factor to that, right? Like I didn't look up and say I want to win Monty when I was younger. I wanted to win a Golden Demon, right? So that you're sort of aiming towards that, and then there's a lot of people like our age and
I think so
that were like and above.
Demon is the gateway.
Yeah.
I think let's talk about some of before we get into the nitty-gritty of it. What exactly is a painting competition? What does it mean? What is it? Just an online? Is it a how's it judged? Why would I want to enter one? So first of all, what is a painting competition?
So it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's literally just who can paint the best.
Yeah.
The weekend, pretty much. Yeah. But they come in different forms and different guises. So you've got, broadly speaking, you've pretty much got two formats. It's either 1, 2, 3 or first past post, however you want to phrase it. So gold, silver, bronze, which will be in a number of categories. Depends on the show. You know, Demon I think has it's either 14 or 16.
And so I think that's probably one of the better things for newer people to start looking at is what do they want to paint as well. So if you're looking to do a miniature painting competition, you want to get acknowledged for your stuff. What do you want to paint? Do you want to do a diorama? Do you want to do fantasy, sci-fi? Where do you sit?
And where are your strengths as well, I guess, right?
Exactly.
If you're really good at building those little boards and things like that, maybe you can lean heavier on the diorama side of things. If you're first getting into it, you're not.
It depends on the show.
Definitely.
So rather than you can do it with any show where it's like look at the category. So in your first pass posts, you'll have a number, and it'll be I want to enter that category, and I want to win one of the trophies. If you want something a little bit less competitive and it's a little bit more of a friendly, warm sort of, it's not as brutal. Then you've got open formats, which are the other main offering. They tend to be more common around Europe than they are elsewhere. They're getting more common in the UK.
And so what does an open format mean?
So open format is essentially you're not judged directly against your other competitors. So they will have a pre-populated, looks like criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say, if you meet this criteria, you will get a bronze, a silver, a gold in whichever category you're in. Now in open, it's typically split between the types of the models, so you're not going to have single minis going in the same category as a diorama.
Mm-hmm.
But in open, they also tend to split it by sort of, I guess you could say, like competency level.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like if you're like brand new to the hobby, you don't need to go straight in the Shark Tank.
So usually they do that split, don't they? They have juniors, standard, and masters. It's sort of
Sometimes
the most
beginner,
common.
they have
Yeah.
beginner, a lot of them.
It's the most common split.
It varies. Like if you wanted to really really simplify it, then it would be your young bloods or your juniors.
Mhm.
Then it'll be standard masters. Is probably the most common split.
Yeah.
The more and more shows are starting to add more categories.
Because a lot more people are getting into it.
Exactly,
Right? So
and
there's-
you're ending up with this. You're ending up with so the logic behind it is a little bit of a catch-22, and I can see both sides of the argument. Where if you just have standard and masters, the jump from standard to masters is huge,
Yeah.
and you end up with a whole load of people that are clearly just gonna get gold
Mhm.
in standard, but then when they go to masters, they get nothing. And they kind of don't fit in between, so
Yeah.
people have started adding like advanced or something
so that's
in
what we
between
saw.
them, or they're adding something underneath for beginners to then free up standard a little bit.
And so when it comes to determining your own painting skill and which category should you enter, what's the most reliable method to sort of picking? If it's your first time, would you say always go beginner, or have a look, speak to your peers and see
Yeah,
which
see
one
where
you
you
could fit into?
sit, I would say,
Yeah.
right? Like you're going to know, people will tell you, like, no, you don't belong in, like, beginner. Like, you do not
Yeah.
become, like, you don't belong in beginner.
Start.
From the off. There's no, like, you've been in the hobby for a long time, you know what you're doing with painting, and you've taken a few classes or listened to other people and sat with other people to learn how to paint, right? There's no point going in and just taking an easy win, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to do what I mean. People call it sandbagging.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, I'm definitely going to win a trophy in that category, so I'll go in that one. So
Yeah.
no, if you're 100% surefire going to get a gold, I would say don't bother. Go to the next one up.
At the end of the day, it is a competition, and you want to be competitive.
Yeah.
So put
It's-
it into the one where you feel like
It's the whole.
models
Yeah, I
in
think it'd be
competition.
also with the open style category, you're not competing against others, you're competing against yourself, right? So if you know you're going to get a gold in beginner, then if that's how they do it, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Really, you're
Yeah.
competing against
It's-
yourself, so you might as well compete to try and get the bronze or whatever it is in the category above, right?
Yeah.
It's the argument of what do you value more, saying you won a trophy, or actually winning something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, you could guarantee yourself a trophy or a medal or whatever it is
Mhm.
they give you, but like, does it mean anything if you didn't really have to fight for it?
Yeah.
And
In my
also,
opinion, no.
with the like SMC in mind,
Mm.
if you'd have gone in the beginners, sure you might have got gold, but you wouldn't have known that you were highly commended in standard,
It's true,
right?
very true.
Exactly.
So now this time, if we go next year, you know now, cool, I am standard level for sure. Can I aim to take home some
But
floods?
you need
Yeah,
to
Some
be
weight.
Yeah, exactly.
you need to be quite in a way you need to be quite blunt and quite ruthless with your own painting in yourself when you do this, because it's, as you say, it's like, well, and I've said it to students, like, you have to ask the question kind of like, how are you going to handle losing?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're, and this is in no way, like, there's no shade intended with it at all, like, because like, if you're super competitive and you know that you have also, I know, let's say you have the worst possible combination of being super competitive but also slightly insecure, if you're going to take that loss pretty hard, then
I think
if it's going to rock your confidence, then maybe going
slow build. But also, if it's
Yeah.
your first time, then I think I learned a lot from my first year of painting. There were so many things that I did that it's like, okay, well, that's not the way to try and like get better.
Yeah.
Or just where you sit, right? You'll maybe win a couple of things on that year, and you'll go, cool, I've sort of figured out where I sit.
Yeah.
If you win nothing in standard, if you've gone to standard for that year, maybe try beginner the next year, if there is a beginner category, and then see, okay, cool, I got silver, so maybe I do sit in this category, and then I can aim for gold, and I can progress on from there.
But that's when you've already entered.
Yes, of course. I mean, after a year.
When you're already sort of like in the competitive circuit in any capacity, like you can figure out where you sit because you can use past results, right? But when it's like your first comp, so like a few people in like the group chat, right, that were going on about MPO being a competition in Bristol, which is open format.
Yeah.
They have beginner, standard, masters, and people were trying to figure out, well, do I go in beginner because I've never entered a comp before, or am I in standard, or what? And a lot of people go, I'm not a master, so I'm not going in masters.
Yeah, so masters is quite self-explanatory in terms of
if you've been in the game.
Yeah, if you've won something, then
so I would say always, if you've been in the game and you've won stuff, you should go masters.
Yeah, but that's if you're already in.
But if you're brand new to it, I personally believe always enter standard.
No.
I think so.
Get yourself a gold, then you can head up.
No, absolutely
I
not.
think
It should be
Aaron
done.
doesn't want competition.
It should be done based on.
No, he wants competition.
Oh, he wants competition.
More the merrier. The more it should be a case of look at your work, look at the other work in that category.
Definitely.
Yes, yeah.
Do you feel out of place?
Some people, I'd say with this, not as nicely as possible, see their work through rose-tinted glasses. Though.
But I also see it the other way.
So I
see it all the time.
I've seen it with
hate
a few
anything
people
on
that we
paint.
speak to after they've just won a demon, where they're like, but I don't think it is
This
quite.
is-
I got this wrong. I missed that bit.
Yeah. So you get it from both sides,
Yeah.
right? There's some people that tell me that their work is the best thing in the world, and
I mean, I see
my
a
niece
lot.
could paint
I see a
better.
lot of miniatures.
And I mean that lovely in the nicest way.
Being in a shop, you see a lot of miniatures on a daily basis, and all of them are beautiful in their own way.
That is the nicest way of saying I've seen some things.
I've seen some, and people will show them to me, and they will express their delight in painting them, and I think that's fantastic.
But that's
But it sits in a different category,
If
right?
they were
You're
to
aiming
say-
to compete, right?
It's very different.
You should again going back to advising new painters, right? Because I teach painters who are like literally brand new, all the way through to people that are competing with me, and like even the beginners. I always say to them, like, the worst thing you can possibly do when you're just finding your feet is go into that horrible rabbit hole of comparison.
100%.
So like when you've got a mini, if you're happy with it and it's the best result that you've done, that's great.
Yeah, 100%.
Compare it to the last model. Don't compare it to the dude that's like, oh yeah, I've got 3 Slayer swords at home. Like, that's bad plan.
And there's always going to be someone who has more time, more patience, and potentially more natural ability when it comes to painting stuff. So don't compare against them.
I think also time shows you a lot more. There's so many things that I now notice about my models that I would do better, or
100%.
you spot in other people's models, and
It's bringing it back to the comp scene, because it becomes it's a real sort of like oxymoron, it's a wildly hypocritical scene.
100%.
In that you should be encouraged that the best mini you've painted you should be proud of, but then at the same time you're looking at competition, it's like mine's not as good as that one, so I should probably be in this category. And it's like you have to have the balance where you're able to say, I'm proud of my work, but I know where it sits.
I think,
and be okay with that.
I think that also comes from you've got to be okay with feedback.
Oh god, yeah.
I think I've seen a few people get quite rocked by feedback. To be like, ready, I'm totally okay with you ripping my model to bits. I think even when I showed you the painted Mama Noma, and you were like, how mean do you want me to be? It was kind of like, there's that, like, I think there's a lot of people that are like...
I think you just responded in all caps, trash, right?
Yeah, bin.
But everything you said to me made sense. So, like, you have to be willing to, like, understand. And there's things that you won't see that other people will be. Because I was going off of, like, cool, this is the reference. So there was part of the owl that, from the reference I was looking at, it's quite smooth. There's not a lot to it. But then you looked at it and it just looks like you haven't bothered. Which totally made sense. So I went back and painted it, and I think it looks 100 times better. But
and it doesn't matter how good you get either. So the best example I've got of it was with my Horus, where I'd finished it, I'd taken like the final photos of it, and I sent it over to Liam, Liam Hearn, Phoenix Miniature Art. He's a good mate, And I sent it to him, and I was like, I've finished. And then about an hour later, I got a message back, and I was like, oh, what do you think of it? And it was just a picture of Horace covered in red circles of like all of the stupid stuff that I'd missed. I was like, oh, you.
But this brings it on to the next point, which for new painters, I think is the most valuable, is feedback.
Feedback,
There's a reason you attend miniature painting competitions. As much as I think online competitions are fantastic, attending competitions, being able to be next to painters, accomplished painters, as well as people who are like you and new to the scene, and being able to ask for feedback, ask the judges after scoring certain competitions, they allow you to ask the judges, where did I go wrong? What could I improve? What about my miniature stood out? That I think is one of the most valuable assets to it, and everyone in the miniature painting competition, bar a few, are super friendly. And
they're fully like happy to give you advice, because they just want to see more people in this hobby. Because every year there's something new that's like, oh wow, that's like completely something I hadn't thought of before, and then it slowly becomes a norm, and then so it just gets better and better.
Yeah, the number of people that. Genuinely, the number of people I've met in the hobby scene, or more specifically the comp scene, who are anything other than just 10 out of 10 people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could, like, we're not even talking one hand. I wouldn't need a whole hand to count. And like, the number of people that I remember when I got back into the hobby, back in 2020 during pandemic, and scrolling through Instagram, I was like, following like all the big name painters, right? And it's just like looking at their work. And the bit that's really, really, I can't emphasize it enough, just how normal they all are.
You turn
up to shows and you can just, for the most part, go and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Perfectly
No
normal.
one's gatekeeping anything either,
nothing.
right? Like, if you want to know the colour that they used for that thing,
They'll probably tell you.
they'll tell you, because one,
this is a secret.
It doesn't matter if you know. Two, you've got to then be able to paint to that level, and also they would love the competition to be at that level, right? If you go, cool, that's how. If they tell you I used a particular Vallejo blue, that's not going to make you a gold-winning painter.
No one really cares about gatekeeping or secrecy or this, that, and the other. Sure, there'll be the odd one or two people that'll be like, oh, I have a YouTube video or a Patreon for that.
Hey, but that's business. At the end of the day, that's business.
The number of times I've seen that happen again is like really not many.
No.
Not many at all. You go and talk.
Well, they might joke that they've got a Patreon.
Yeah, but it's a joke.
It's
this.
It's Achillean blue, or whatever it is.
Yeah, they're generally really helpful, and like the thing that happens a lot at the end of shows, when people are collecting all their minis, are like. People will hover around with their minis and just basically go around different groups of people, just getting feedback not from judges.
It's adult show and tell.
Yes, pretty much.
When it gets to that point. And do you know, I think experiencing this, I understand why some people who are newer to it may have that apprehension, because people do know everyone. It is a small community where everyone knows everyone, and it can be intimidating to join a community like that as a nobody knows me. But honestly, it can look from the outside relatively gatekeepy, like they sort of talk within their huddles, but everyone's so friendly. Like if you say, excuse me, sorry, I don't, I saw one of your miniatures, or I don't actually know your name, but I would love to get some feedback on how you did something. They'd all be like, oh, 100%.
Or
yes.
just go up to a group and be like, what did you paint? Or if you see somebody on their end, what did you paint? Is an easy in to like. Most of them are pretty excited. Some of them have worked for 6+ months on their own in a room, and all they want to do is show you this.
They would love to talk about it.
How hard done by they are that they had to lock themselves in their room and paint stuff
it's so hard. Such a hard life.
It's truly awful.
Absolute labour.
Do you know what I really miss? Corporate.
100%.
I miss it so much. I wish I could go back.
But this is the thing. And we've seen it happen in our shop as well, is if anyone has something, and we have miniatures on display, and including yours, which is amazing, being able to, someone asking, how does that work, or how did anything go like that? It's nothing more that people want to do than talk about themselves and talk about their miniatures. That's like 101 model painting. You want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's why the shows are great.
100%.
Yeah, because you just literally, yes, there's the competition side of it, and if you want to take it seriously, so like there are people that do take it seriously because it's our job. So it's like, it's all fun and games until you get to the Sunday and the awards are about to be announced.
Yes.
And then I wouldn't say the mask falls, because it's not like people are putting on a facade, but everyone's like happy and lovely, and then it gets to Sunday, everyone's like,
well, the nerves kick in.
Yeah.
For someone like myself, there's not a lot on the line in terms of like, I come home with a shiny thing maybe. But for you, you might gain 20 new clients maybe in the future,
it's a bit of a different animal when it is your job. And this is where, again, like, people, when it comes to advising people around how to competition, it's always a case of like, do what I say, not what I do, because unless you're in the same boat, it's not the same. So it's all the silly things like, don't take it too seriously. You're there for fun, right? And then everyone takes it really seriously. It's like, it's fine. You're going to go home and still enjoy the hobby, hopefully. But it's other things like mini selection. That's the other most common thing I get. So you go through the comps, and like, as I said, you can split them fairly sort of evenly. It's like, it's either a 1, 2, 3, or it's an open. But in both cases, it's always the same thing, which is people will go, well, what makes a good mini? What should I choose? And the worst mistake they can make is the moment you start thinking like that, it's pretty much game over already.
I think this brings it on to the next sort of category, which is like, what do you need? What do you need?
How do you
get into it? And but I think my point would be just paint something you enjoy. You're going to be there for a long time. Especially when you get to like your level, when you were talking 300 plus hours on something, you better damn enjoy that thing, right? Like there's no point you painting up, oh, I've seen Plague Marines are winning a lot,
so I'm going to chase the
but actually you'd be better off painting in an heavy metal style, Space Marine style thing, because that's where your strengths lie. It's not the time for you to be like trying new things. I'll do that with some minis just because that idea sounds fun, but if you want to compete, do the things you're strong at, right? Like
you double down. Again, if you want to split it into like those that are already competitive, which, I mean, they already know what they're doing, and it is just double down on what you're good at. If it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. But if you're either new to competitions and you're like, where do I start? Or I'd even say, to an extent, to some of the people that are already in comps but are struggling to kind of break through that glass ceiling as they perceive it. A lot of the time it's people massively overanalyzing what they need to do.
Yeah, you start doing too much. I think
people look at and try and think and try and gauge what do the judges want?
I think that comes from the hobby side of things as well, right? Like they're gamers as well at heart, right?
Strategy.
Let's try and game
What's
the
the
system.
strategy?
What list can I build to break this system?
There's no meta, there's no strat, there's no like,
some of it's just
Games
vibes.
Workshop's just released this model, so they want it to win.
Yeah, well, but then you see that with like Taro's models, like he sometimes paints models that were out for 6 months.
Dreadfleet. He painted a Dreadfleet model. It doesn't even exist anymore.
So it's not that. I just paint the thing that you're excited about, the thing that you would paint best. I think you can analyse this a bit like as if there was a football scout coming to watch you. You were a striker. You wouldn't stick yourself in goal just because
they're hiring a lot of goalkeepers.
You've seen a lot of your mates get like picked up as goalkeepers. You're not going to go and stick yourself in goal when actually you're a killer striker.
I think. I mean, I only paint dwarves because vibes. But basically, I think it's the same approach that we give people when they're picking their first 40k or AOS army. What do you think is coolest? Go with that.
The meta's going to change. Everything's going to change.
100%. It doesn't matter.
Pick the thing you think is cool.
Like pick the thing you're happiest playing with
and painting.
If you want to be like super picky about it, then objectively, are there good minis and bad minis?
Of course.
Yes. But
can you make a bad mini look good?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
100%.
You can.
There are some universal. I think there is a personal aspect that's going to come into judging. There's no pulling that out of it, right? If it's
judges will always have a degree of personal bias, but a good judge knows when that's coming out.
Yes, of course. But if it's a terrible model, like a poor sculpt, it's going to be quite hard unless you are a phenomenal painter.
From the perspective of judging, if it's a awful sculpt, Like, let's say, I don't know, it's something truly
Finecast.
like one of the, like some fine cast Necron
The
thing.
eyes are missing, or
like something where the details are completely gone.
Penis horse.
Yes.
yeah, but you shouldn't be painting that anyway.
Here's a picture of penis horse.
Go and find that image.
Enjoy that Google search.
Yeah. I tried to find it the other day and it was really difficult because I was trying to explain it to a customer.
Miniature horse. No, wait.
No.
But like you can, to an extent, it's the whole like how much glitter do I need to put on a turd before it stops looking like a turd? And it's like there's only so much glitter you can use before it's like you're limited. Mm-hmm. So if I was judging, would I knock you for having chosen a bad model? No, absolutely not. But if your model,
it might be your favourite model, right?
If it's in a 1, 2, 3 setting, so there's only one gold, only one silver, only one bronze.
Bit high.
If I've got your model and someone else's, and let's say you've picked some awful fine cast Necron thing where the details are a bit smudgy, but you've painted it fantastically. Mm-hmm. But the other guy has also painted fantastically and has been able to demonstrate something better because, think of it like a canvas, right? Yeah. Because the canvas didn't have a hole in it. Then, yeah, go figure.
Well, that's part.
So
it's part of the painting.
No, don't. Oh. So, I mean, that's another topic we can get onto, the whole objective versus subjective side of it. But
which you love.
But like choosing a bad mini isn't going to necessarily mean, oh well, now I definitely won't win.
I think it's just there's a limit.
You're not helping yourself.
There's a limit to how bad a miniature can be, but I think the limit is, does this miniature allow you to show off your technical prowess?
Yeah.
Are you picking a miniature that actively inhibits your ability to do what you're good at?
Yeah.
And if you are,
then you're kind of cooked.
Then that's, you pick something that's cool, but is it cool when you do it? Maybe it's not the best for a miniature painting competition. Because composition's part of it.
If you want a really, really good example of this, Old World.
Yeah.
Like all of the old world minis that are like old enough to drink.
They're beautiful minis.
For the time. Like you look at them now and it's like, oh,
I built 40 skeleton horses recently and they were awful. Absolutely awful.
But like, if you pick one of the really old, janky looking old world things where the detail's mushy, like it's just not great. And then someone rocks up with one of the brand new like Cathay minis.
Crisp highlights, crisp lines. It's got intricate detail where you can express your like painting talent onto that miniature.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like if we just pick on Old World again, like it's not a coincidence that we've seen so many AOS minis masquerading as Old World minis, winning in Old World.
Yeah,
well,
because
they're like, just better.
There's just things with sculpts where like they'll have a belt and the belt will disappear.
Yeah.
Right?
Like extruded
you
detail.
Can't paint that back in, or where you can sculpt it in and like, but do you want to go to that effort? This is your first time entering.
Agreed.
You're not going to be screen stuffing belts that have disappeared, or are you even going to spot it, or are you going to get to the end and then?
With my only painting dwarves, they are quite small miniatures, and so most of the detail on the torsos is not there, and that's my own fault. Like it is entirely my own fault.
But you've got new dwarves now.
They do have new dwarves.
You've got lovely new chaos dwarves. And that's what they're called. We will not use the stupid name they've been given.
Chorfs?
They are chorfs, they are chaos dwarves. That's what they'll always be.
Oh,
no,
the Hellsmiths should.
No, they are chaos dwarves.
I think this is a whole other subject.
Is it copyrighted?
Chaos dwarves.
But yeah. So, where do you start? I think is the biggest question that we kind of get. We're going to pretend you're UK based for the moment, because we're UK based. There are plenty of other competitions, but UK for us is the easiest one to explain. Where would you recommend somebody goes if it's their first time entering a competition?
MPO.
So I was going to say there would be
and Salute.
There would be a few picks.
Yeah,
but I'd actually say it's depending on your geographic location.
Yeah.
So it's
whether you're willing, how willing are you to spend money on going to these things?
If you want my opinion on which shows are the best shows, in terms of like either they've got lots to do that isn't just the competition, or the competitions are just like an art gallery and you could easily spend the afternoon just looking at stuff, then you've got MPO in Bristol. That's in May. I want to say.
Yeah.
Open format comp, super friendly, really chill, really good venue, etc.,
It's hard
etc.
competition though.
In masters and standard,
Yeah.
that's where it starts getting spicy.
Yeah.
There's a beginner
So I still
category.
haven't taken anything away from MPO.
Yeah.
So
Oh no,
just as
MPO is
as a
brutal.
gauge for the competition level,
Yeah,
it is.
it's quite
and it doesn't hurt me that I haven't.
But
it is you.
I would say
Yeah.
the fact that it's a absolutely savage competition should not put people off, because it's an excuse to pick the brains of some of the best painters in not just the country, the world, because we get internationals coming for it.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see really cool minis, which is always inspirational, and there's a beginner category anyway.
As a broad spectrum as well, because it's not just games that shot miniatures, right?
Exactly.
It's a bit
Whatever
everything.
you
You
want.
can see some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think SMC was a really good example of that with the
Yeah.
flat lay stuff. I'd
The
never really
flats.
seen some of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see, and it got me really hyped about, this would be fun.
Yeah.
Very, very
I just want
different.
to try my hand at this thing
Yeah.
and see.
It's worth mentioning that Golden Demon is the only competition that I know of where you're limited to a range of miniatures, other than maybe
There's other ones at some events.
Resin Beast. Or
Like-
Resin Beast, there's a pool
There's a pool.
of
Different
manufacturers.
things.
That's
Yeah.
over in America.
You have the Steamforge one, but those
Yeah.
are very specific and they're
Yeah.
smaller. You are.
Yeah, MPO isn't tied to anything. It's open format. You can paint whatever you want. Fen Model Show is another open format comp.
Mhm.
Very similar sort of like vibe to it.
It was a nice
Relax.
weekend away.
Yeah.
Cambridge is nice. I've
Yeah.
heard.
The surrounding town is
Ely.
lovely. It's connected to a pub, so if you're just bored of miniatures, you can go sit next door and have a thing. It's quite a good one to take a partner to, because they won't get completely bored of if they're not into the hobby whatsoever.
Same with MPO. Middle of Bristol.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm bored.
I
What do we
think
do?
Bristol. Bristol's my hometown, so it's a bit of a. I'm still in my hometown.
You're from Maidenhead.
Yeah, but I now live in Bristol.
And if you want something that's not open format, then the next sort of obvious pick would be Salute.
Yeah,
Now-
Salute, I think perfect. I think it's a perfect newbie one.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you're going to necessarily learn where you sit.
I don't-
It's good to
Well-
learn how do I enter. I put my stuff in. I get
So-
to see it in a cabinet.
What the process
But
is.
also, I can go mad and go shopping.
Yeah.
Because there's everybody that is anybody in the UK,
Yeah, it's-
if not further.
It's
at that
financially
show.
dangerous.
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
I spent far less working it last year on the cabins thing, so I think that's the way forward.
I mean, I'll obviously.
And it's one day. I
It's-
think that's
it's
the
one-
other thing, right?
it's one day.
London, it's one day. You go there, get it done, go
And
home.
you go home.
Whereas a lot of them are 2
2
days,
days.
so you're going to have to stay there, do
Hotel.
This
hotels.
is why I think it's the perfect one. You learn how that process works as well, because that is the bit
Games
that's not
Expo
really
as well.
explained.
I was
I
about
don't
to
think
say.
it's at the level or how it was run could do with some work. But hopefully they'll step up. It was their first time this year, but you can turn up that morning of the
Yeah.
Sunday, right, and still enter and then go home. I think that's good for some people, and most people in this hobby are going to go to Games Expo.
Anyway,
Um,
I mean, the main difference between the two, so like full disclosure, I judge Salute.
yeah.
So of course I'm going to be like, yeah, Salute's great because
No, I personally
I'm
believe
not.
I
it to be the
still
best one.
haven't
but-
won.
Bullshit.
but we agreed it was 50 isn't enough, Russell.
But Charlie did.
But hers was kind of good though.
Yeah, it was.
So it's
Yeah.
difficult to.
I think, I personally for me, the Salute really works so you can learn the process of what it looks like when you're submitting, what it looks like when you pick up, what an awards process looks like. You get that done all in one day. You get to see your stuff in a cabinet. You can shop for new bits and bobs whilst you're there. It's open in terms of you don't have to just do one range of miniatures in there as well.
It's broken down into
Yeah,
a
so
lot.
yeah,
It's
it's a 1, 2, 3 format, as opposed to open in the sense of
Yes,
competition,
yeah.
but It's not locked to a particular brand or whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a sci-fi mini, it goes in sci-fi. The only thing,
They're still commended and
yeah, there is. So
just
when I,
commended, right?
because yes, last year, well, technically this year at the time of filming, would have been like the first time I judged it. And that was the year that they started introducing another band and making it a bit clearer as to where you sit in the pecking order, to make it a bit clearer, a bit easier to understand. They've got more changes coming, hopefully, for next time that I know about. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what they are, but
Don't then.
if they pull it off, sick. They'll have finally solved the one problem that curses every single show that seemingly no one has figured out how to do. if they can get it right.
I'm not going to probe.
I'm going to probe.
I'm going to probe afterwards.
What? No. Cut it. What is it?
No, we're not cutting it. We're not cutting
No cuts.
it. We're not cutting it.
I'm just going to tease you for the next however long, unless they tell me I'm allowed to say it. But the one thing that if you compare Salute to Sir Coates, so Sir Coates is the one run by Duncan Rhodes at UK Games Expo. If you compare them side by side, Sir Coates is probably more beginner friendly
in terms of
the standard.
Yes.
Salute is getting really spicy. Like we're getting golden demon painters going. Oh, Salute's actually pretty
and above,
good,
right? Like Ross, who's one of our
Yeah.
regulars.
Well, I say, yeah, and he's
gold
not in the demon circuit because
No,
he doesn't
but
really paint G-Dub,
he is
but he's a
always
phenomenal painter.
Always in contention for best in show.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, so like I mean,
similar.
like the biggest sort of like, am I awake and is this actually happening? From my being on the other side of the cabinet was when I'm sat there and I'm like, I'm judging David Soper's work. This is wrong.
Yeah.
This feels so wrong.
Yeah.
With the fact that David Soper's entering, along with CM Dante, who got gold in the category I was judging. There's some heavy hitters that now turn up for Salute. So it's the catch-22 again, where it's like, well, it's accessible in that it's easy to get to, depending on where you are. It's a really good day out. The show's really good. The comp is good.
Yeah.
But
I would say don't expect to win something because
Yeah.
there isn't the beginner standard
No.
Masters thing.
You're in with everybody.
You're in with everyone.
Whereas Sir Coates, you're not gonna get,
I
Soper
didn't win anything.
and everybody turning
Overlooked,
up.
snubbed.
Yeah.
You're not going to see like Golden Demon winning
There was some really good entries.
There was some
but
fantastic
There was
entries.
also because it was so beginner friendly. There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but this is the other thing. It's always worth pointing it out because like I'm aware that you say like, oh, you're not going to see demon stuff in there, and it makes it sound like snubbing or poo-poo. Like,
No.
But like,
no, there was some very good stuff.
There was good stuff in there.
That I hadn't seen at other shows as well.
The one that I think got best in show, it was the little Fallout robots.
Oh, so sick.
They were really good.
Oh, awesome.
They were really
Awesome.
good.
And there was that ginormous tank made up of 4.
Oh
what's it
god,
called?
yeah. Basically, it was like a giant train
tank, like a
Steel-
Gustav gun.
Not Steel Legion.
Iron Warriors.
No, it was Krieg.
It was Krieg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't remember if it was Krieg, but it was
Sure
made
it
up
was
of 4. What were the massive tanks called? The big
Baneblades.
Baneblades. 4 Baneblades together with a gun on
massive
top.
artillery gun on the top of it.
Sick.
Yeah.
Absolutely sick.
And there was another little tank
Did
in
not
there
see
that I
that.
remember.
Dude, it was awesome.
It took up a whole shelf.
You'll be able to see
It
it
was massive.
Maybe
in the editing of the video.
And the other one that I remember.
adding work.
Yeah,
Always.
for you. The other one that stood out, which I saw at MPO, that was at Sir Coates as well, was the little Imperial Guard, because they're Imperial Guard, not Astra Militarum. It was the Imperial Guard tank that had all the rattlings all over it.
Sick.
Like, and
Absolutely
had
sick.
like,
I do remember that one.
And
Yeah.
there was the one that was set up as a small little shop as well.
Yeah.
That was also at MPO, which was fantastic to see. So
I think that's
another
one of the things that I didn't realise when I first was getting into it is people take their models on tour.
Yeah,
Right?
they do a
You
circuit.
don't do a new one for every competition. Once
Correct.
you paint something really nice, just keep adding to
Yeah,
it because
you
a lot of them like
paint
the
for
open
the
ones.
circuit.
Yeah, you take it on a little tour. Maybe do it as a year. Once it's taken it to everything.
You retire that model.
Yeah, you retire that model. But also you start to build up this box of models that you take to different places.
Yeah.
Some of them get subbed out. But for open, you
You take everything.
you're taking a display of models, right? Most of the time, I think all the time, you are judged on not your whole display as a whole. It's your best model that they can find in that mix.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not bad to take a bunch of things, but also I think, from my point of view, it gets people to slow down and look at your models rather than just passing by the one. But I might be wrong on that. But it felt like people paused and looked at your things more.
Yes and no. So everything you said about how it's judged is right. So you're judged on the display.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bring 5 minis and one of them, I don't know, let's say you bring 5 minis, 3 of them are bronze, 1 silver.
You get silver.
You get silver for that model, and that's all they'll announce.
Yeah.
If you bring a whole display and they're like, actually all 5 are silver, then you'll get a silver for the whole display.
Yeah, and then you know that you should definitely move up. well, you're trying to aim for gold, sorry.
Yeah.
For that, but if you get gold for full display, move up.
In terms of having a display making a difference, I personally don't agree.
Right.
So having a full display of stuff that's okay, like relative to what you can do, right? Brilliant. And to someone else, your version of okay may be phenomenal, but it only takes one piece from that display to catch someone's attention, and they'll stop.
Yeah.
And I've seen that time because I do it at shows.
I only had one miniature in there, and I got highly commended.
Well, in fact, I had
6.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, mad different categories, but yeah.
In your display at SMC, Mr. Hands on that pink backdrop,
Yeah.
that big silhouette against that big bright colour, that's what made people stop.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things is you are trying to catch people's eye, right? There's a bunch of pieces that I've come away and gone, like, those were my favourite pieces. Not necessarily because of the painting, because I didn't look really close up at all of them, but they were cool ideas. But they always come away with something. Yeah. The ones that you were like, cool, that's really weird, or that's such a cool take on that
which
thing.
Then opens up the other sort of like objective that people don't really think about or talk about, and it was something that was mentioned by another like phenomenal painter, 2AK, or 2A. And his mentality for open format, or just in competitions in general, but he was talking specifically around open comps, was he was like, if I can just get at least 3 or 4 people to just remember the display or react to it or go, I really like that. And he's like, I don't really care about the result after that point.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really fair point. Golden Demon this year at Spiel was so heavy in competition.
God, yeah.
It was.
But the amount of people that have since brought up seeing my model, even though I got nothing, has made me feel so much better about the piece, and I want to go back to it and maybe tidy it up and then take it to Adepticon and see if, because as soon as we saw those cabinets, it was like, cool, I'm not.
Oh boy.
It's well beyond me getting that notable,
mental.
and I shouldn't feel bad about that.
It was mental.
And then also picking up, I think, I might be wrong about this, but I was picking up my model, and Adepticon's Slayer Sword winner was picking up his model, and I think he only got notable for his piece, which shows how crazy the level was. So sometimes that's where the 3, I might be wrong on that.
I think
the conversation that was going on was there was basically that, and it was like, oh, okay. Damn. I shouldn't feel bad about not getting anything.
It was kind of touching on what 2A said, and then what happened with yours. I had the same thing. So and it goes back to what we were saying earlier about don't overthink your models. So I went to Spiel with Fulgrim. Yep. And I went to Spiel with a re-entry that I tarted up a little bit.
Blueberry.
And then Centos, my little blueberry. Fulgrim, I don't even know how many hours went into that thing, and it was the most miserable thing I've ever, I got to the end of it, I was like, I don't care, I don't want to see it anymore, I am done looking at this. It wasn't fun, I overthought it, and to an extent, it became a poison chalice. Everyone was expecting.
Well, you're Mr.
Everyone knew it was, and it was like, I have to do it now, whereas Centos didn't even take a third of the time, and that was purely I just did it because it was fun, and then, when I was at the show, I don't think I had a couple of comments around Fulgrim.
Yeah.
Loads of comments about Centos, and I was like, do you know what? That made it worth it.
Yeah.
That my fun little stupid, not anything serious piece was the one that everyone went, that's sick.
But I believe the similar thing happened to you at Adepticon, right? Where you expected one of your miniatures to make finalist.
And
the
re-entry.
We all thought it was your Slanesh minute. You were like, no, I don't like this piece, and before the thing I said, that's my favourite piece. I think it's your cleanest piece. I like it a lot, and everyone kept saying this to you, and you were like, no, and then silver, right? Yeah.
And what did the
Praetor, the one that I really tried with an overthought?
Yeah.
What did that get?
Yeah.
I got finalist pen.
So this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
But also, I think it comes down to different people will be into different things, and they'll like different things. You might even just get on one time they were about to go for their lunch, and your piece was the piece that was like getting in the way of them going to lunch. Not like just psychologically.
Not for judging.
No, well, I don't know. No, come into it.
No,
I don't particularly like blue. And yours is getting
judging.
in the way of my chicken.
I agree with Russ here, knowing the bias in UK court judges and the verdicts.
How did we like
the verdicts before lunch and after lunch, and being able to measure that they are way more lenient after lunch than they are before lunch?
Leniency means nothing.
No.
No. That's a binary decision, right? Something is either true or it's false.
Yeah,
whereas when you're judging minis, you have options.
Oh, I'm not talking about sentencing. I am talking about verdict. In magistrate courts. Verdicts in magistrate courts are way more likely to be in your favour if they're after lunch.
You live such an exciting life outside of it. I read court manuscripts.
I do not.
I think what would be your tips to try and I'm a gaming painter.
What equipment do I need?
Yeah, what would take me to that next level? What should I look at?
Equipment wise, because that's fairly easy. You don't need anything special. Everyone, it's very much a case of you can throw money at this problem.
Yeah,
it's not going to fix it.
Do I need Raphael 7s? And
I would say a good
Raphael
brush.
7s.
Lamborghini Murcielago 2s.
Get a good brush.
Yeah,
genuinely, it makes a huge difference. If you're going to spend money on something, it's not that big of a payout in terms of hobby money. You can get a decent brush for £10. It's the price of a fancy burger if you go slightly more, right? Just spend that money and have a go. Just see how you get on and look after that brush. Because I've got brushes, we've seen from our chat, that people destroy their brushes, and it's I can't figure out why everyone else can paint these nice fine lines. I've got brushes from when I first started that were 12 quid or whatever, and they're still going strong. They're not necessarily the best one that I would use, but it's worth investing your money in that. You will just find painting a lot easier.
So it depends. So brushes, I agree that if there was an area that you were gonna,
put some money
into it and just accept that it's gonna stick.
Hobbyists want to spend some money.
Brushes.
So brushes. Get yourself brushes. If you don't have a wet palette, get a wet palette.
But that's not to say that you should spend.
Wet palette?
On the brushes thing, you don't need to spend money just because. So yeah.
No. I think that's shown with our October challenges and stuff like that.
You don't need to.
Some of the best painters have used a couple of people didn't realise you couldn't not use the brush that came in there. Yeah. And they've managed to paint worlds beyond what my level would be.
So don't be afraid of dropping some money on brushes, but you don't need to go straight for not to rag on them too much, you don't need to go straight for a Winsor & Newton Series 7. Which are £30 a brush.
Yeah.
And there's a 50% chance that it may just be trash anyway.
It's not going to immediately make you a better painter.
No.
Don't buy your Poundland brushes and expect them to do real hair.
They don't become a limiting factor, but it doesn't. Think of it if you've got a skill ceiling, knowledge ceiling, and I guess the third column of equipment. Yeah, if your skill ceiling's up here, but you're being limited by your equipment, then that's going to suck. Whereas if you keep the equipment, not way up here somewhere, but at least nudge it up a little bit, then it's not holding you back.
Do I need an airbrush?
No, you don't need an airbrush.
No.
They help. There's this whole the sentiment of, you're using an airbrush, so it's cheating. That's only ever said by people that don't know how to use airbrush.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to get that thing right. I haven't touched mine in ages because
they are fussy, annoying, fiddly, expensive bits
I love an airbrush, but they are a pain in the arse.
And I think sometimes, from what I've noticed, sometimes the best use of the airbrush in competitive painting is using it after you've done a lot of the work. And the risk of it going wrong,
very high.
It just going, and then you've got splatter all over the stuff you've done. It's so high, but yet if you pull it off, it can be phenomenal.
I would say, as a beginner, no, it's not a requirement. Do they make certain jobs easier? Yes. Would I advise going out and getting yourself a cheap compressor?
One, yeah. Just for your hobby needs.
This is what we say.
Yes.
Our recommendations when people come into the shop and they say, I want an airbrush,
Buy the cheapest one you can.
Get the cheapest one. Go onto Amazon, get the cheapest one you can, break it,
take
fix
that thing apart, fix it, learn how it works.
and then you can buy yourself an expensive one. Do not jump into one with a £200 airbrush.
Yeah, exactly. You ruin an Iwata.
Parts are expensive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whereas you ruin some... I mean, actually, I'll give props to Galeri.
They're
super cheap and they punch way above their weight.
Yeah.
Way above their weight.
I agree. But I have spent £120 on needle nozzle tips from Iwata.
Stop dropping them.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is just not drop it.
They have a cable attached.
They are very delicate things for what you would think for quite clumsy hobbyists.
That's 3 tips.
Yeah.
They're not a requirement. They do make certain things easier. And if you, as a beginner, you were going to get one, I would say get a cheap one and use it for your base coats and your priming.
And see how you get on with it.
Even if you don't use it for that, the one thing that everybody, and I mean everybody, should use airbrushes for is varnishing.
Yes.
Because rattle can varnishes are a literally roll of dice on a 4-up. Your model's fine.
Yeah.
If you fail the roll, you're about to ruin everything you've just done.
It can be difficult. I mean, I don't shy away from matte varnish from a can, from Colourforge. I think it's good, but you have to be so careful.
Yeah.
So careful.
Like tabletop, fine.
I say
not a problem.
when people buy it in
I'm
store.
okay with a can, but I'm pretty confident with a can.
When people come in store,
there's a lot of people that I've watched use a spray can, and it's like,
oh boy.
if they ask me and they say, how do I use this? I say, think how much you need, divide it by 10. And if it doesn't look like enough, do a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
Like I've frosted some dwarves before. Yeah. They've become snow covered. It's quite so easy to do.
Yeah, it's like, is it too humid? Is it too cold? Did you warm the can up? Did you shake it enough? Did you put too much on?
I go to sleep.
I've been using the Vallejo can version of what you use for your airbrush.
The polyurethane satin.
I've had no problems with it. However, yours came okay, right?
Mine was fine.
Charlie's, because it was so tiny in some of the gaps, you got a bit of whitening.
Yeah.
Mine's been okay because I've been doing it very.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrifying to do though because your model goes kind of white.
And then you use hope.
Then it goes back to normal.
You don't need to do it as well.
You
don't need to do it. If you're new to it, you do not need to.
No. I am very confident with a spray can. Very confident with a spray can.
Yeah, you don't need to varnish your competition models unless you've got a reason to do so.
Yeah.
So I varnish all of mine for reasons, but my advice would be, if you've only got a rattle can, I'd maybe reconsider and probably just not do it on a competition.
Unless you're confident.
It's not going to change it that much,
unless you're confident.
Yeah. If it's a tabletop mini and it's like, I don't care.
Being able to accurately control how much varnish I'm putting onto a model through an airbrush, it minimises the damage that you can do with a varnish.
It's way
and they're not
way
kicking
harder.
out something weird.
Yeah,
right.
or coming out as black spray paint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you put the wrong cap on?
Did you put the wrong cap on? Oh yeah, we had it right.
No, it was Matt.
Yes, a friend of ours painted up a Thunderhawk for somebody. All beautiful, freehand.
Mike Flash.
Oh yeah, Thunderhawk.
Black spray.
Oh yeah, Matt's.
What was it for? Was it for a magazine? Or
no, I think it was possibly for a magazine, but also it was for it was a commissioned piece.
That's even worse.
And was it a GW varnish?
It was GW varnish.
Ard coat then. Ard coat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Ard
like
coat.
it was a good few years ago now, before we started the cabin, and he sprayed and it came out black.
I'd be so. That's the point where I think you just put the model down and just leave.
There was
walk into a GW, just swing in.
I'm talking the whole thing, freehand. It was beautiful. There was little designs. He's a phenomenal painter.
He's a great painter.
You walk in with Knock Loose playing, start throwing hands.
100%.
Yeah, I believe there was a voucher for the same value as the Thunderhawk given, plus a 50% off code.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think
it
that was
doesn't quite make up for the lost hours of a commission project.
Give it to Heavy Metal and they can finish it off. That's it. It's your problem now.
I think that's what the thing was, and there was a bunch of people who sort of went in on the 50% off thing as well. So I think they were hit with quite a bill that was. This is before I knew, but Miles knew, and there was a bunch of...
that would be... I mean, that just further proves my point. Just like, if you're going to varnish a model that you've spent time on, use an airbrush.
Matt, love you, just please. Before using anything.
Yeah, honestly, that is on you a little bit. That is on you a little bit.
Yeah. Also, you clear your nozzle, put it upside down, and then you like clear the nozzle out anyway. Yeah, that's
that's bad.
One of us definitely. I mean, I'm just like for the people listening. Like, one of us clearly did some tagging.
Yeah. I didn't do any graffiti. I'm a good boy.
Yeah. Good boy from Surrey.
Yeah.
Wet palette was the other one that got mentioned. Do you need a wet palette?
No, some people don't like them, but I made my painting.
Use a wet palette.
I've been using one since I was really small.
Save yourself some paint, save yourself some time, give yourself an easy job, use a wet palette.
It depends. So a wet palette is not a requirement. There are plenty of professional painters, and
100%.
Like half of maybe not.
I feel like this is making their lives harder.
Yeah, like because I know some of the former painters, and there's a couple current painters, so don't quote me on it. I don't know if it's half of heavy metal, but there's certainly a number of heavy metal that use like literally B&Q tiles.
So that's what it used to be back in the day, again, in the workshop, right?
That's what I used.
If that's what you know,
you could take a boiling hot tap to it, and then just like iron wool, and it's all gone, right?
If I'm painting 30 things a day, and that's like what I've got to do, and I can just wash it after everything.
But people prefer it because there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
Right? So the tile isn't going to mess with your consistency at all.
Agreed.
Stuff's going to dry, but it's not going to mess with anything. It's very. I mean, they're both predictable, but tile is very predictable. And if you're used to using slightly heavier paints and you don't do much like really thin glazing and things like that, obviously some guys do, but the problem is you put a glaze on a tile, it's done, gone, dry.
It rolls off as well.
Well, don't put it on the edge. But do wet palettes help? It depends on the painter. So for me, I learned to paint with a tile, then moved to wet palettes, and you would not be able to pay me money to go back to a dry palette.
It's personal preference, but if you're struggling and you're currently using a Games Workshop paper palette.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, move on.
Buy a tile.
Being
you and get a single tile.
I think also painting in the summer here, especially if you're in a different country, the heat. That tile is going to be like non-workable. Whereas like even in like the summer here,
wet palette struggles.
When we were streaming, my wet palette was struggling. I couldn't paint. I did like an hour on the stream, and it was like I can't do this. Like it's drying out before I get there, or it's going from a brush to the model, and it was like basically the tip was dry.
Yeah, you get
it's like now it's like I'm ruining brushes, and like
you get seconds to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and it's like this is not doable on stream.
Do they help? Yes. Are they required? No.
No.
It depends on how you paint. It depends on what you're going to do, etc., etc. So
for the average Joe, personally, I would say I think they're a good investment.
They're not expensive either. Like they're not expensive. You can get a cheap one, or you can make it yourself. Really.
Yeah.
I would say not as good. A lot of people.
I would very strongly advise people don't.
But if you've not got the money, give it a go.
I mean, I did it the other day, didn't I? What was I using? A wet blue roller.
Stressed me out.
Oh, God.
Bit baking parchment.
So, so to just justify why I
highly commended.
Strongly advise people don't. Like, I mean, you can pick up what? You can pick up even like one of the cheap army painter ones.
Army painter, they're like 12, 15 pounds.
Even if you go for like one of the nicer ones, I mean, not that any of them are particularly flashy, they're just plastic tubs with a sponge in it. But even if you go for a Redgrass Studio XL big palette, it's like 40 something quid with 2 sponges.
You don't need that. You do not need that. There's like the Redgrass cheapest version one's like 12.
Yeah, that's like
right?
half the size.
So if you're just getting into it,
but it's more the
change that paper quite regularly.
It was more the point that you could get like the big one with everything in it, and it's still in the grand scheme of hobby expenditure.
Yeah, I guarantee you will use that small one and then want a bigger one.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
you will run out of space on it. Like that happens to me constantly.
I have 4 wet palettes now. Why? You are telling me.
Like a PC gamer battle station.
No, I don't use them all. I don't use them all. I've just slowly gone from like I think I had a unnamed one. So I think I got 5 actually, and then I had an army painter one, and then you don't have I ran out of all the sponges and stuff, but there was a red grass one available, so I just bought a red grass one.
Yeah.
And then you go up, I need a big one now.
Yeah.
I need a big one.
But
all my paints are slowly.
The reason that I would always say just suck it. Like if you can, just take the hit, suck it up, and just go get one. Even if you get a really cheap one, that's like £12.
Even the green stuff or the ones that we do,
they're great.
Cheap.
Yeah,
like whatever it is.
I'd say they're not as good as a red grass one.
My go-to at the moment.
Make sure it's one that's actually got a proper flat sponge underneath it, because a lot of the tutorials on like how to make a wet palette, and they use like kitchen towel
wrinkly.
Exactly. There's always what happens is your palette paper that's sat over the top picks up any texture that's underneath. So if you've got wet fucking like blue roll or whatever underneath it, your palette paper has like peaks and mountains and troughs and all that all over it. And when you start thinning your paint down, it just collects in the recesses.
Yeah. Well, also you start to go channels of like watery pigment that works their way into other
such
paints
a nightmare to work with. It takes something that should be making your life easier and then actually makes your life harder.
Yes.
I've genuinely never seen a DIY wet palette and gone, that looks fine. It's always like, what is that? Like, no.
The inner pinch requirement.
Like if
like at the Adepticon painting classes, they do it because you're only painting for an hour or
2 hours. Yeah, like if you turn up to an event or something, like, because I've done this, I've turned up to an event and gone, I've not bought my wet palette. In a pinch, if it's like, well, I need one, all right, let's just mock one up and we'll just get something that works, kind of, fine. But if we're talking like at home, I want to sit down and do my first entry for a comp, just go get one. If you want to use one, you don't have to. Like either use a proper wet palette or go and get one of the tile, like sample tile from B&Q or whatever.
Yeah.
They're basically the best two options you've got.
Yeah, I think so. Any other equipment? Lights?
Lights is helpful, very helpful. They're not that expensive now either, but light makes a huge difference. I paint stuff in the shop, not with a light, and then taking it home and gone, what is this?
Yeah, ensuring that you're painting under a 5K or something that matches the conditions.
Yeah, daylight.
That matches the conditions of what your model will probably be displayed in.
That's the big point, right? It's going to be under lights, bright lights. Yeah. Sometimes not the best conditions.
So, this is where you want to be careful. So I would always advise daylight in terms of your temperature on the lamp.
Yeah.
So whether that be a pair of IKEA lamps and you just put some daylight bulbs in them with a diffuser over the top, and again, there's guides online on how to make a diffuser at home.
Yeah.
You just need the light to diffuse so you don't get hard shadows, because that just becomes a nightmare. Doesn't matter whether it's those, whether it's an actual daylight company lamp, whether it's neat fee. So I use neat fee lamps for ages. Or if it's something like the new super fancy, I'm not gonna lie, it's really good. The
Red
R9.
Grass, yeah.
Which one's
The Red Grass R9.
Tarot showed me them in action, and they were.
It's comfortably the best lamp I've used.
But I'm not. I think I'm £250 to spend.
No. But do you need that? No. Is it nice? Yes. But to begin with, literally a pair of IKEA lamps with some diffusers.
I think so.
That'll do.
I think so.
But even that, if you're going to spend that sort of money, I think you can pick them up just as cheap now. Like,
I mean, I would say if you're.
I think I got one for Charlie that was £30, and it's.
If you're going to pick up, you can pick up.
Gargoyle or something like that.
Oh yeah, one of the little. Yeah.
No. Hers is a full blown like.
Really?
Proper, yeah.
Oh.
They're £30 because more and more people are buying them, so they're becoming way cheaper to bring over from China.
Because with the neat fees, the build quality is not fantastic, but the lamps are actually pretty good.
Yeah. I just need to stay in position and stay there.
Bang for buck, they're quite hard to beat. They'll get you by. As I said, I've had 2 of them now.
Yeah, I think my one was like 50 quid.
Have you got my one?
No, you have your one. I don't hold your stuff in my house.
Another one that's worth looking at as well, Game Envy. Game Envy have a lamp called the Lucent. It's the one that I bring into the shop, the fold-out one.
That's fantastic, yeah.
So if you're
towards as well as on top,
if you're super tight on space, so if you've got a setup that you need to set up and break down, then the Lucent from Game Envy is actually pretty good
Folds away.
it folds up. So the whole thing folds down to being about that kind of size.
Yeah.
And it fits in a bag.
Rather than the Neat V, which with arm
is quite a thing. Even when it's put away, it's the same size as if it was out.
Whereas those little Lucents are actually they're not the cheapest. They're not expensive though. They have different temperature settings on them, and because it's a fold-out lamp, you can move the lights to a position that you want. So they're worth a look at as well. But yeah, I would say lamps are something of a requirement.
Yep.
There's no getting away from that. You're gonna need them.
Paints.
Whatever you like using.
Basically, that's it. Like, people tell you this is crap, this is great, this is amazing, that's terrible, but realistically, if you can get it on that model and it looks good, use it.
Yep. Whatever you enjoy using.
100%.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that will shit on all sorts of brands and this, that, and the other. If it works for you,
it's fine.
It works for you. I've seen this as a prime case of people being like, oh, I don't like this brand of paint, but then I've seen somebody paint with them and create masterpieces. Yeah. And it's like, well, maybe it just didn't work for you, or maybe you're using it wrong, or like,
Like there's very few paints out there. I can think of a couple, but in the interest of remaining professional, I shall not name them. I can think of a few that are just bad. They're just bad. But
White Scar.
That's no, we're talking Corax. Like, if we're going to pick one paint from a range, then it's Corax.
And if you've got, there's a paint to avoid, it's that one.
It's that one.
You are wasting your money.
It's awful.
But then that comes down to it's just not paint. Is it?
Yeah. It's not.
Stodgy pigment in a thing, and then you've got like a rack across. You've got
it's not even white.
Monuments bold titanium white, which is fantastic.
Very good.
And should be used by anyone. Or if you need a good white, you can just go and buy from your general art store. If you need a good get golden.
Yeah.
I've got a tube of golden, and it's fantastic.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, use what everyone rags on Citadel because
it's everyone's go-to.
Yeah, right.
It's also the thing that a lot of people start with, right? So, why would you use the thing that beginners use,
100%.
right? Like that gets that sort of stigma sometimes. There's some paints I still pull that I think are phenomenal.
I think some of them are amazing.
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But paint does not matter.
Don't matter.
Like, just don't be using kids' poster paint, right? Like that's the
Felt tip pens, play markers. Keep away from those.
No.
If for competition painting.
For a future video, we are going to make Aaron paint with those.
What?
That'd be quite good.
I want to see what you can try and pull out of that.
Don't let me use the stupid pens.
Yeah, stupid pens. Do a whole Space Marine.
Does your model need to be on a plinth?
It helps, I'm going to say.
Yeah, it makes it look a lot better. No. It shows that it's a display piece as well, right? I think that's the thing. We are also big fans of Taro, so that's his whole business.
He's gonna be sad if he listens to this. He's gonna be like, no, it's not.
Well,
I do more than that.
What do you mean, Mr. Plinth?
Mr. Plinth. Mr. Plinth. No, I think Plinth. I find it fun. I bought half a tree back from SMC.
Yeah, you came back with I think somewhere in the region of £200 worth of wood in small squares.
It was less than that, only marginally.
Not much, yeah.
It just it shows that this is meant for display, right?
I think so.
Taro's done some really cool ones recently that you can like slot the base in and it's still on a plinth and it looks really clever, like really smart.
Yeah, the ones that
so you just take your base. So in theory, if you really did want to play with that model or change it to a different thing or a smaller plinth or whatever, you can do that.
Yep. I mean, this is the issue that I'm having at the moment, is that I really want to play my Fire Slayers, and the drunken dude that I really want to play is on a plinth, and now I've got to buy another one if I want to play with him, or pull him off of that.
So don't paint gaming models.
It's a on paper, if you look at the rules, etc., no, they don't need to be on plinths. However, it comes into the territory of it makes the mini look finished and it's. I guess you could factor it in with the presentation.
If I went on Bake Off and served my cake just on a home plate rather than a cake tray, I wouldn't be doing my cake justice.
But what if your cake was the best?
I don't think it would.
Well, you're already starting slightly further back then, right?
100%. Yeah, you're not giving yourself a leg up.
But what if the cake is just the best cake?
I'm not a good baker.
Because that, like, genuinely, if someone puts a mini into a comp,
I get
it's
it.
like the best thing in the cabinet, it's not a plinth.
Interesting.
It's still going to win.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it also, just handing your model to somebody else when it's on a plinth is so much safer because they can hold the plinth
the number of
rather
times.
than have to do the crab claw pinch on a base.
What if I was to give Paul Hollywood a slice of cake with my bare hands?
What?
Is that a better comparison?
And without singling out any particular show or place, you were there for it as well. There was an incident that we saw at one of the comps where it was a squad of minis on gaming bases, which you kind of expect, not on a plinth, and we literally watched the dude just do that and just pick them up by the minis. Like full on like fairground claw, and then literally just put them not on a tray, just in his hand, and then just walk off with them. And I was just like, no.
Charlie go full mum mode at that point. She was like, I'm going to say something, and in the time that I decided to be like, she was wagging her finger at the judges across the room.
I mean, it was terrible.
It was.
But
if they were on a plinth, then they could have picked up the plinth. And then it would have been safe, and it would have been
pick
fine.
Up the whole thing where they're all on together. You can build a little scene. You can do. It's fun. I find the plinth bit like the most fun out of the lot.
That's why you bought so many.
Yeah.
Put it this way,
if that's what's going to win me an event.
Plinth.
That's what I'm convinced.
Don't even bother with the model. Just
grey model
got some
on
cool looking plinths now.
Bougie plinth. Maybe. Okay, wait. Listen. You paint the plinth. You just have a grey plinth. It's 3D printed plinth, but you print it. You paint it like it's beautiful wood, and then it has a grey miniature on top. And they're like, "What's wrong with this thing?" And you go, "That's painted."
You just do a plinth. Just a plinth.
Submit the plinth. And that's the painting.
You just submit the plinth, and you just call it Purple Orc.
Yeah, or Frodo with the ring on.
Frodo with the ring.
I think it's also a good way of showing this is the way round my model is meant to be.
Done that, right?
What, Frodo
with
the ring?
I think so. That's where I got it from. It's a good way to. This is the way that my model should be orientated because this is how I painted them, right? That's you'd think. Yeah, of course. But I think it's a good way of showing. Like they kept turning Charlie's one the wrong way, but she'd done it on a diagonal just to make it nice and complicated.
The plinth doesn't necessarily help with that unless it's a square plinth.
Yeah.
If it's a round plinth, it doesn't help with the right.
Or an oval. An oval does hit one
or
another. Yeah.
I think it comes down to how important is composition and including or excluding the plinth in that composition.
Which is a different topic.
Very
we would be
different
here
topic.
all afternoon.
Yes.
You can go and see, you can go to a bunch of classes on composition and stuff like that, and also just go look at art and how you should build up your just go look at art. Just go look at art.
Look at art.
They're like, why am I looking at these
Russell,
things?
come to Patreon soon.
Look at art, man.
You prick.
It's like you paint minis. Look at art, innit?
Yeah. All right, I am gonna do. I've got jargon.
What to break down? While you're doing that, I think just quickly, classes. If you want to get better, classes are phenomenal for it. I use your face painting class that I did, not lions and tigers.
No, that was a different class.
The day that we spent either just painting faces, because you have to sit down and just paint it, there was so many little things that I picked up on that class that made me suddenly understand how a face looks. I came away like a far better painter in that 6 hours that we were maybe painting the faces.
Was it 6 hours?
I don't know. It was a day's class.
Crikey.
That I was just painting faces, and I painted these 2 faces, I think.
They looked okay.
Thanks.
They look pretty good.
I just like the fact that he was like, I never realised how a human face looked until.
Well,
it's hard, right?
I won't give you a whole class away, but there was a bunch of stuff. There's that makes so much sense.
You see them every single day, but if you told me to draw
jokes
you,
aside,
where does the blood sit? Where does what should be slightly more red?
Hopefully not on the face.
No, but where does it run through the face? What am I doing? Because you kind of a lot of people just slop a wash on and then they go from there. That's kind of how you've been explained. But also just sitting there with other people painting the same thing and being like, what do you think? And then you're both reviewing.
Yeah.
Classes are phenomenal. Do them. Do them. They are worth every penny.
I think so.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to be like, yeah, you should definitely do it.
I don't. My
job.
Yeah,
But
it's worth every penny. Like I did 2 at Adepticon. It's also just seeing somebody else's opinion on how to do that thing will like help you so much. You see this in the tattooing world a lot, where one person cannot figure something out and it's not their style whatsoever, and somebody will explain to them in a slightly different way,
And then
they become one of the best in that fucking field.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I remember really clearly that. So there was a class that I did back in 20. I want to say 2021. It might be 2022. I think it's 22. With Arnaud Lazaro.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember literally, like, you could look in my cabinet at home, and it's like the shelves before that workshop and the shelves after.
Yeah.
And it was literally, like, obviously, I picked up other stuff from the workshop anyway, but there was one comment that he made around colour and how to use colour, and it was genuinely like a light bulb moment, like third eye opening. It was like, and I go back home, you look in my cabinet, it's like grey minis, colourful minis, just from that one weekend workshop.
Yeah, it just takes one comment from certain things. I think like Fen do just the sit down. You just go in and sit down. They're free. You just go in and sit and you listen to people talk. And then there was a bunch from the Marco Frazzoni one that like there was a lot that was like I already know this, but there was a bunch of stuff that I took away from it. Like one, there was a bunch of fun facts because the man just spews art knowledge. That was really fun. But
art history with Marco.
Yeah. But then there was a bunch of stuff that was like, cool, that's a far better way of explaining that. That I've now been able to explain it to like people in the shop that I've been trying to explain these things to that can't wrap their head around it. And then since then, like on a colour wheel, I've been able to show people, don't go through the middle because you just pick up like black along the way effectively. That just desaturates everything. But if you go around it, you can like it. Yeah, it just. It makes life so much easier. But that class was great, even though I was nodding off because of the long drive. I still picked up so much from it.
Right,
Jargon.
I'm going to go through a bunch of jargon, and it will be some will be very basic, some might be quite high level. We just have to explain their relation and stuff that might seem really simple. Sorry, let me say that again. Go through a bunch of jargon, and we'll just have to explain what it is, why it exists, and why we're talking about it. Jargon. Right, here we go. Zenithal priming or zenithal highlight. What is a zenithal?
Zenithal is it's essentially pre-shading. So you prime the model a dark colour, you then prime the model again with a brighter colour, specifically a higher value of colour, but that's a whole other thing.
Yes.
And you do it directly from above.
Yeah.
So you end up with
like your light source.
Zenithal is directly from above.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Specifically.
From the zenith.
Yes, which is like
Up
right
there.
above. So you end up with this kind of like two-tone bright bit, dark bit before you put any paint on.
It will also sometimes be, I guess, from what I was saying, you can use it as this is where my light source is coming from, to get an idea of
like
stuff.
zenithal
That did
highlighting.
help me a lot to understand light.
Yeah, it becomes sort of like a colloquial term that's used for like, I have pre-shaded something, it's a zenithal. It's like, I mean, close enough. Technically. It's like, actually, but...
Object source lighting.
OSL.
OSL. Yeah.
OSL is essentially just another light source on the model.
If something's glowing, whether it be a plasma gun, and that is then affecting the shading of other bits of that model.
It's literally anything that isn't the main light source. Because everyone always goes, OSL, glowy gun.
It's
okay,
true.
but what if...
You could have a light coming through a window, you could have a light that's coming from the front.
And this is...
Usually it's an object in scene.
Yeah, because then
so that's the easiest way to represent it, right?
There's always someone that will go, well, if it's not an object, then it's an environmental light source. So it's shut up, it's a light source.
Yeah.
Easiest way to think of it is there a light source affecting the mini that's not the main one?
Well, yes.
Because all miniature painting has an imaginary light above it, or an imaginary light
somewhere.
Usually
in the
sun,
scene.
Right?
Usually an imaginary sun. Yes, that's what we do.
Somewhere.
Nice. Next is wet blending.
Wet blending is blending from colour A to colour B whilst both are still wet and on the model. So you're creating a transition between the two whilst they're still wet.
I think that's one that's easy to understand and do, and
hard to do it.
What about when people? What are the other kinds of blending as well? What other kinds of blending are there?
Glazing.
Yeah, like there's going to be blending has been one of those things where you could sit down and rattle off loads of different types of blending, and it's all going to boil down to basically the same thing.
Does two colours?
You're blending two colours.
Yeah. Are you blending two colours together? Yeah.
Two brush.
Right, cool.
Yeah, how do you find
So, like, because you'll see people go, oh, well, I do stippling. Well, I do glaze stippling. Still a stipple, mate.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one's a heavy stipple, one's a transparent stipple. Oh, I glaze blend. Okay, but when you're glaze blending, are you just creating a transition with a glaze, or are you glazing over the top of some sketchy work?
Yes.
Because then you're actually using texture work with a glaze, and it's all the same thing. There's loads of ways.
Two colours go together.
Oh, yeah.
Colour A, colour B, I can't see a difference.
Does it not look enough?
Volumetric highlighting, or just volumetric lighting.
So it's just light source, essentially. It's looking at how a light source would react when you expose, or rather looking at how a volume reacts when you expose it to a light.
Volume meaning shape.
Everything boils down to your set shapes, right? Like that's the thing that's why a lot of the good painters, that's what took me a little bit of time, I think, to understand, is like everything boils down to.
It's a complex square, it's a complex circle, it's a complex.
And that highlight 99% of the time sits exactly as like it. That's why everyone
exactly how you think it does. With the one exception, where you say about like a lot of all the high level painters, unless it's heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
That's
heavy metal's
different
different.
Style. Yes, of course.
Very different.
But if you're painting in a volumetric style rather
then
than
you're
heavy
not
metal,
doing heavy metal stuff.
I think it's one of the best things that I learned from maybe 10 minutes of your class was like, shapes. I forgot about them. It's so simple.
That stuff I see like every day.
It's so simple to think about, and you see shapes all the time and how they pick up light, and your brain knows that. But when we get down to miniatures, we go like, how does an arm work?
It's literally like my favourite one for it is when you go into the world of sketching, which we won't go into now. But like, you say to someone, "Here's a pencil, sketch an apple," and they go, "Okay." Give them a paintbrush and go sketch an apple or sketch the model. They go, "What?"
Yeah. Well, this is one of my next things is value sketching.
Okay, fine, we will go into it then. So there's two terms there. So value is brightness relative to black and white as in pigment terms. So it's similar to the world of photography and cameras, and we all understand it to be bright and dark. Specifically, it's white and black. So when you're sketching your values, you're basically sketching in the bright bits and the dark bits. They may not be white or black, but your highlight will be closer to white.
Yep.
Your shadow will be closer to black. Does not mean that they will be either one. And when you're sketching them, it's exactly what I just described. We don't care about neat and tidy. We just care the highlight is in roughly the right place.
Chucking stuff on the model to make it look right.
Yeah, as long as it looks close enough and you can kind of see it working, it's probably fine. It does not need to be flawlessly smooth and pretty or textured or however you want to do it from the jump.
Yeah. Glazing to knock back highlights.
So a glaze is essentially transparent paint or translucent paint, if we're being really specific. And the effect of anything that's a translucent filter over something else is an additive effect. So you'll see colour A that you've put down through a filter of colour B.
Yeah.
So if you've got colour A that's too bright and you filter colour B over the top, A plus B, you'll get something in the middle.
So it's sort of like if we talk about the value sketching that we just did, we have the things that are higher in white, closer to the highlights, and then we chuck a pink over the top of it. It will become slightly darker, but now have a pink tint to it.
So, yes, technically, because pink will be darker than white.
Yes.
But a better way of looking at it would be, I have painted a pink model. So I've got pink highlight, pink mids, pink shadows, but it's too bright.
Yes, yeah.
So what you would do is take the shadow and filter that over everything.
Yes.
And then what happens is your high and your mid take on a little bit more of the shadow properties. So your high and your mid come down and your shadow doesn't change.
Yeah.
So if you want to knock something back a little bit, you can filter it down by using a darker colour.
I think that's a video in itself.
Yeah, definitely. Saturation.
Saturation. So saturation is
because
vibrancy.
You do hear people talk about it a lot, but yeah, it is literally just
how strong,
how
is
colourful is your colour.
Yeah, how colourful. And like I think your work is pinnacle of that, right? You use saturation to show off colour.
I like saturation. I think I would go as far as to say pinnacle. Like, there's plenty of. I'm not the only
one.
No,
but I mean, like, no, but that's what your work is about.
Yeah. I mean, I love my colour.
And people will mention the colour.
Yeah. So saturation is only how strong is that colour. It does not describe how bright it is.
I think the main thing to like a lot of these terms are. It's good to know for when you're asking for feedback from people to know what they're like saying, right?
When people ask for feedback and they go, "Oh, it needs more contrast," does my nut in, because it's like, which type of contrast are we talking about? Most of the time, people mean value.
Yes.
Your model looks a bit flat.
Yeah.
Probably value, but you can always. There are people that are really good teachers and that can give really good feedback, and they will describe it. They're like, no, we need more value contrast here because it looks a little bit flat and da-da-da-da. But there'll be some times where you will approach someone who's a very good painter, they just don't know how to articulate a point, and it'll be, needs more contrast.
Needs more contrast.
Thanks, buddy, which one?
Does it need more colour to it, or does it need to get brighter?
Do I need to change my values? Do I need to change my saturation? Do I need more texture? Because there's loads of them. But
your eye has been pulled to this thing because it's so pink. Whereas actually you don't really want it to be that pink.
But in the case of saturation, it's literally just how strong is the colour. So a really common one, and I do this trick on a camera setup, where you can desaturate a colour and you see its root value.
Yes.
And the question that I always throw out is, if I desaturate red, what do I get? And everyone goes, pink.
No.
And it's like, well, technically correct, but also wrong. Because you've desaturated it, but you've also increased the value because it's now closer to white.
Yeah.
If you just desaturate red, you get grey because you've not changed the value. So they're linked, but they're not the same.
Yes. Which is a good point, the highlighting pink thing. Highlighting red.
Yep.
What do you highlight red with?
That's a whole other thing.
We have some shorter videos on that coming.
Yes. NMM, TMM.
Non-metallic metal, true metallic metal. Does your paint have glitter in it?
Basically. Does it sparkle? True metallic metal is metallic paints that you can get from anyone, lead belcher, etc., etc.
On this point, do you need to paint non-metallic metal to win a trophy?
No.
We saw that with the 40k vehicle this year, which was the orcs in the little trike.
We see it every year.
Every
year.
But that's a great
What
example.
is the best case use scenario, right? Also, you're going to be judged on your non-metallic metal. If you do non-metallic metal, you're going to be judged on your true metallic metal.
Yeah.
If you do true metallic metal.
If you're really good at TMM and you're kind of mid at NMM, and you do NMM, you're going to be judged against someone
100%.
who's fantastic at NMM, so why would you do that?
Yeah.
Do the
But
TMM.
if you're going to just slap silver over it and hope to say that is silver,
that ain't going to cut
that ain't going to get it.
No.
But at the end of the day, you're almost doing you have to do the same thing on both. You have to put the same amount of effort into both.
They are weirdly very similar in how you actually do them. The main difference is literally just non-metallic metal describes simulating a metallic effect without any actual metallics in there. Whereas true metallic metal is a bit of a weird one because it's actually not true metal anyway. You're still simulating a metal effect, but with actual flake in the paint, so you get an actual glisten.
Next one, box art style.
Box art style? What's on the box?
Yeah. It's just copying
what's on the box?
What's on the box?
Not in the box.
Not in the box, that's great.
Yeah.
But heavy metal, obviously, Games Workshop's
if we're talking
in-house
G-Dub,
painters.
we're talking heavy metal, but it's such a myth. Such a myth. It's one of the more common things you'll see is like how to paint the box art, and you like if you really know how box art's done, you look at a lot of those guides and a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's box art," and they're like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Because the amount of skill and time that goes into actual box art.
Photographing minis is a art within itself, and
my whole job was photography for a long period of time, and I still struggle to take pictures of miniatures.
it's so hard. They're so hard to take photos of.
So a box art style is emulating the style, and you can absolutely emulate it.
100%.
Like you'd be surprised at how straightforward simulating it is.
Yes.
But then you'd be surprised at how big the skill jump is, going from simulating it to actual.
This
box
is people's
art.
jobs.
Yeah.
Like they spend 8 hours a day doing this.
Yeah.
Like that they are very good at it.
They with years of experience.
Exactly.
I mean, like, yeah, it's a common myth that people go, well, the box art's easy because it's just edge highlights.
If you,
okay.
If you could do,
Yes.
you could do that and just walk into doing it very simply by copying, they wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
And also, it's a little bit unfair on the person that does that as a job. Because it's the same as saying that I could just walk into your role and step in and
100%.
take your salary, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, not a thing.
No. I think that's basically all the sort of terms. I don't know if there's any meme terms that you hear frequently within the community that are more so talked about.
I mean, there'll be a whole load of. I mean, there's definitely a load of technical terminology I can think of.
Oh, 100%. I think we can definitely do a technical terminology and what that actually means.
I mean, that's a whole thing on its own.
Yeah,
I mean, so the first session I do with most sort of beginner students is literally we're going to go through all the definitions so that when I say a thing or you say a thing, we mean the same thing.
Yeah.
But in the competition scene, there isn't a huge amount of jargon that really comes into it, and all the jargon tends to be unique to the events.
Yes.
So you'll hear things like highly commended, finalist, salute, made the cut, and it's like you have to kind of translate it. And the way I look at it is use Golden Demon as the benchmark because everyone understands that one. At least we did until they changed it. Where it's you get nothing, then you get a notable pin, then you get a commended pin, then you get a finalist pin, and then you get trophies. And also there's diminishing numbers, so you'll get a whole load of notables, then you'll get not that many commendeds, and then you'll maybe get 10 finalists if it's a big category. If it's a small category, maybe you get 5.
Yes.
Sometimes
and then
3, right?
If it's a really small category, and then you have from those 5 or 10, 3 will get trophies.
Yes.
And you can translate that over to, salute. They'll have made the cut, which is roughly equivalent to your sort of notable commended territory. Then you'll have your commendeds, which is more comparable to your finalist style things. And then you'll have your first, second, third from those.
Yeah.
MPO, similar. You'll have your commendeds. Then you'll have, I don't think they do highly commended. I can't remember.
At where?
MPO.
No.
I think it's commended and then bronze, silver, gold.
Bronze, silver, gold, yeah.
Fen, it's the same. It'll be commended, gold, silver, bronze.
Yeah.
Some of the events will have special awards where you'll get like a random thing from.
That's something I really liked about Fen.
I like it.
You're just allowed to give people an award.
Yeah, so like their
on the
sponsors.
Sunday.
So SMCs who work with Fen quite a bit will give out like awards for like their personal favourites. Sponsors will give out awards like get a little banana from Taro.
Yeah, of course.
And a few
well,
others.
people just still put stickers and stuff like that.
People. Yeah.
Same with SMC as well.
They even said to us, I didn't have enough time to organise because like something to give out. But you are just allowed to like
go. I like that.
Yeah, that's
here's
really
a
cool.
here's a thing.
Yeah.
Tenner. slip a tenner.
Yeah, I understand.
You can figure it out, but they all use their own stupid terminology and wordings, and some people will say, no, a commended goes below a finalist, and other people will say, no, a finalist goes below a commended. But you can figure it out. It's not that difficult.
I think this all boils down to, we want to see you at events.
That's the thing, right?
Just come along, give it a go. It is great fun. Genuinely is great fun. And also we're at most of them now for some reason. We seem to be there. So if you want feedback, we're there.
They're fun.
You're at the majority of them, and you'll probably get far better feedback than we would. I'll tell you, it looks great.
Love it. Absolutely sick.
My calendar for 26.
Or if you want to be directed towards somebody that can give you feedback, like we know a lot of people. Some of them we know are way meaner than others, but sometimes that's good for people. And we know there's some people that are going to be nicer, so we'll direct you towards them.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a few. There's a few people. Again, like not to put people on the spot, but there've been a few that a few feedback stories I've seen and heard, and I'm like, ooh. Ow.
We can get through them anyway.
So I'm going to be at pretty much all of this.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if they'll be in order, but you have MPO, Salute, Fen, Games Expo,
Circuits at Games Expo.
Circuits at Games Expo, yeah. So that was, you had to go via their website, I think.
UKG's website.
Other than that, in the UK?
There's a few. So There's one up north called Black Dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to. I'm pretty sure there was one up in Scotland. It was a little smaller.
Oh, there's the Scottish
With a
Games
board game.
Yeah. I don't know if that.
I'm not too sure.
A few of them will come and go. That's the nature of this business, unfortunately. Then you have the ones that are abroad. You have
Europe.
Adepticon for Golden Demon, and then also Spiel for Golden Demon. Spiel is well worth going to, and so is Adepticon. If you're a proper into your hobby, they are. It's going to cost you a bit of money to do.
Yeah, I'd say the only caveat to them is
don't do it your first one.
No,
not even that. Like if it's your first show,
if you're American, it's your first show.
But,
yeah, that's a bit easier.
Yeah, but it's more about the shows, not the competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Golden Demon Adepticon is probably my favourite one of the calendar because of where it is and the fact that the venue is open pretty much 24 hours.
Yeah.
You can in the evening,
have a drink and browse the models and
so that it's not
piss
unusual.
about with your mates.
It's not unusual that all the demon painters are there at 2 in the morning.
That's the best time to go and get feedback because they're all hammered.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well,
looking
best
at the
time,
models.
worst time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Best time. Get some juicy gossip. Make sure you got your recording on.
You'll get some honest answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adepticon as a show, if you're there only for the competition, bit of a harder sell.
It's a really good. That is fun. I was violently ill last night.
I wasn't a huge fan of America.
No,
it's
Milwaukee.
It's a fantastic show for gamers.
Yes,
there's loads to do if you're a gamer.
There was so much stuff that we missed.
The traders are so cool.
Yeah,
seeing that much stuff.
There's loads to do and loads to see. And if you're a painter and you go, you need to go with the attitude of I'm going to book onto a whole load of workshops because Adepticon has loads of them.
They're fantastic.
And I'm there for the con. But if you don't do the workshop side of it, you basically
if you don't do the workshop and you don't like gaming,
then you're kind of
you enter your model, you talk for a couple of hours or however long you can.
If you don't like painting,
Milwaukee doesn't have a lot else going on.
It's not a tourist hub.
It's not a tourist hub.
Harley Davidson Museum was fun.
That was good fun.
Yeah. I'll do that again.
You're going to buy a lady's jacket again?
Hey now.
Great.
I don't buy it. I still would have looked sexy as hell in it.
Flaming lips on the back. Oh, that's hot lips Russ coming down there.
No, it's a fantastic show. You just need to go with realistic expectations.
Yeah.
Like, don't go expecting it to be non-stop, all like a week long of just nothing but paintings. If you're not going to do the workshops.
Spoilers, man.
Spiel is basically Games Expo, but times it by 6.
Oh, it's massive.
It's
I've
ridiculous.
never seen so many people in one space all geeking out over something. It was
some
ridiculous.
tiny board games. Every section of it is different. There's like a whole Games Expo style hall that's just kids games.
I spent so much
kids
money.
games.
But again, it's the caveat of if you're into wider sort of board game and tabletop,
it's fantastic,
and TTRPGs and all of that.
So cool.
This year, I will say, this is very English of me. There wasn't a lot of English games, whereas the year before there was a lot. That me and Charlie
goes to Germany and not enough English enough.
Charlie and I picked up first year loads of games,
Yes.
like a whole suitcase full. Whereas this year there was less, but it just depends on who's like.
100%.
And also double check the language that the games come in.
Yeah, you buy it, open it, it's like,
I have
I got the wrong
German version of what's Dwarf Romantic. Yeah, I got a German version. I made a board game, Dwarf Romantic. You know the lovely hex-based world-building game? Oh, beautiful.
No.
In America, you say have LVO, right? There's a painting competition there.
Yeah, there's one at LVO. There's one at
which is Verco's Vault.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Verco's Vault
is now taking it over.
Yeah, so I think they essentially.
And you win money for that one. Kind of. Yeah, I think you have to sell your model maybe. No, there's a prize pool. I don't know. There's LVO. I haven't been to that one, but there's that.
ReaperCon, MSP Open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Nova over in DC.
Scarlet Brush in Australia is now back.
Nice.
As of this year, I believe. I don't know if it's happened.
Have you heard of this show? And you will have, Aaron. World Model Expo in Versailles.
Yeah.
I may have heard some things about WME.
Usually very, very good, right?
It's
usually very good. This
usually
year seemed to be a...
fantastic.
I heard nothing but bad things.
Drama.
Like a lot of drama. Hey, they might have fixed it, but it seems to be run by different people each time.
Yeah, so the way the World Model Expo works is it rotates every 4-ish years to a new host. So the last one was hosted by the guys that run SMC, and everyone was like, it was fantastic. You know, it's like, it's one that
SMC
needs to
is
be empowered.
phenomenally run.
SMC is brilliant.
SMC
We
is
had
fantastic.
the best time.
so
We stayed in
lovely.
Eindhoven, had the best food.
It's so good.
The event was really well done.
Yeah.
It is very display painter, so
Oh, yeah.
if you aren't into that sort of thing,
It's no gaming.
you're not
No.
gonna. And a lot of
It's-
historical stuff, right?
Well, it's because it started as historical stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so-
scale model challenge.
If you want to buy stuff for painting, and
It's-
it's like
Where-
there is everything and anything you could ever want.
Spend a lot of
Where
money.
Yeah,
where
I just spent a lot.
Spiel is there's Golden Demon in amongst some board games.
Yeah.
And so you go there, if you go to Spiel as a painter and you're not into board games, it's kind of like, well, what am I doing?
You're in a corner
Yeah.
of a massive hall.
For
People
like-
do it
for
though. People
the
do,
weekend.
Yeah, people do go for just Golden Demon. I would trim your days down and just turn up for Saturday, Sunday, right?
If you're entering, I would advise you arrive on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
hand in on Saturday, get the awards on Sunday, go home.
Right. Yes.
But it's like SMC is the polar opposite of it, where it's like if you go there and you're expecting gaming and wargaming and all of that, nope. It's literally just a weekend of nothing but painting.
Plinths,
Plinths, minis, busts,
lights,
it's
all the display figures you could ever
yeah.
want.
Yeah.
SMC is by far the most financially crippling show for me.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
£200 on plinth.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
turn up and it's just like, uh-oh.
And it's run by a couple, and they
Yep.
are
Lovely.
delightful.
Yeah,
Every
super
time
lovely.
I've run into, I can't remember her name.
Margot.
Margot,
She was
delightful.
accepting models for the
Yeah,
first
she was
day.
on the front lines doing
Yeah.
everything, but
Lovely.
every person is like, she's super excited to meet. It's amazing that they are there. Like, it's more energy than I could put into it. Whether she's
Probably
that
can.
excited about it or faking it, she's doing a bloody good job
No,
of it.
they're-
Yeah,
they're
it comes
good
from a
people.
genuine place.
But yeah, so they had World Model Expo before. And then for reasons that I won't get into now because we'll be here for forever.
Just
it
on that
ended up-
point, if you want drama, non-consequential drama that's not that big but really fun and interesting, miniature painting
Oh,
world
yeah.
is beautiful for drama like that. Where most of it doesn't matter, it's just
No.
fun.
Every week.
Every week.
Every week.
Every
There's
week.
something. Sponge.
Other than that, I think there's. You've got Monte Santovino.
Yeah, Monsensevino.
I would say get your that's the last one you maybe attend and once you're comfortable with it. I've done 2-3 years now, and I would say I'm not going to win anything, but I would
Mon-
like to attend it now.
Yeah, Monsensevino is like you go there to if you
Go there to enjoy, learn
Yeah.
about the actual hobby of display painting, and then you can go there and enjoy it a bit
Yeah.
more. I think.
you'll be hard pushed to find a better sort of like a better set in terms of quality of entries
Mhm.
because Monsensevino that's where people really bring out like the big guns. So like SMC is very difficult in the masters category in particular, but like if people don't drop their big pieces at SMC, they drop them at Monsensevino.
Yeah.
It's
And if you want to
one
go
of the
to
two.
Italy for holiday.
Yeah, for
I know.
food and.
So
Such-
5 days. How days is it? 2 days for
2
Monte?
days, I think.
3 days or 3 days?
2 days.
2
I
days.
think.
2 days. There you go.
I-
You've got
I
3
think.
days to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
In beautiful, picturesque
Yeah.
Italy.
And eat like fantastic food and
Mhm.
drink and
The home of carbs.
yeah. I mean, like put it this way, Monsensevino this year, I saw more photos of people's food.
Yeah,
than I did
yeah. That's
movies.
what made me want to go.
It's like, oh,
Pasta,
okay.
pizza, coffee. I'm in. That is my life.
What other ones we got? You know, like, there's going to be others we're not thinking about,
Yeah.
especially in Europe. Bremble Cup in Germany.
Never heard of that one.
Capital Palette at the Nova Open. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Salute.
Nova Open.
Yeah, we mentioned Salute.
Yeah.
Everyone should go to Salute.
Yeah, salute. If you're from the UK, fantastic. Like,
Definitely
just as an event.
Definitely no bias.
I like this year.
No bias.
No bias.
But even as an event, if you're not going for
even though they try, like I spend money having a booth there, it's totally
No,
fine. It's,
nobody here has any vested interest in
You
something
coming.
being really good.
but it doesn't matter because
No.
we attended before we had a booth,
yeah,
and we've always been
I
like,
attended for 4 or
it's so
5
good.
years before we even had
So
a booth
good.
there.
Yeah.
And it was worth going. It's one day.
which is good. Because
Yeah.
how much you spend.
On
I think
booze is expensive
I
as a store. I
we
will
worked
let you
it, and
know.
I think I still spent £400 in the time that I had off, which was about an hour.
The nice thing is,
I spent about
I get no
150.
time off. Well, that's not true. I get a little bit of time, but it's not enough time to stop and buy anything.
But you will like you'll see everyone is there.
Yeah.
Everyone is there.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
to see like
Content
all
creators.
the people that you know and you'll get to know from just attending all these events. I had lost my voice by the end.
Yeah.
Lost my voice. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Salou is
Great
fantastic.
event.
If
Great
you,
event.
I'm sure there's
London
a bunch
Models.
of other ones that you can go to. Hey, maybe one day we'll have our own.
Cryptic brush.
Yeah.
Brush campaign.
Crusty brush.
Crust. Wait, what? How did that go so wrong so fast?
The broken brush. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, we could call it the broken brush and host it in a pub.
In a pub.
That is all. I hope to see you at some future events. If we've missed anything that you'd like, questions that we didn't answer, put that in the comments and whatever.
Yeah, Russell will answer every single one.
I will try my best. Or I'll
Technical
message
stuff.
Aaron with every single one.
Yeah.
And I
you
will
can,
ignore every DM.
Yeah.
Email.
Yeah.
Send it in an email.
Don't forget to subscribe. Like that does really help.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is utterly pointless.
There's like, comment, and subscribe.
It's a lot of hard
You can
work.
follow all of us. I've just realised you've got like a straw as a back ball to put your shoes on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye.